there you see KG, the man who won the King of the Gold Mine as a part of the Golden Girls tournament the last time we were here on youtube.com/GoldRush Pro Wrestling, JR Kratos.
JR Kratos, John. You heard me ranting and raving about the accolades of JR Kratos earlier. I apologize for some of my personal opinions sometimes infringe on my objectivity, but JR Kratos has been a man that I have been backing, a man that I believe in, and I'm not alone in these beliefs, John, because everyone in Pacifica, California believes in JR Kratos. The kids that he helps after school, John, the parents of those kids that he helps after school, all the people that come to see him wrestle, all the people he trains with, spars with, lifts with. JR Kratos lives Gold Rush Pro Wrestling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, John. And the fact that he is no longer wearing gold around his waist, despite the fact that he has gold upon his head, John, for him, it's not enough. And it starts tonight with his plan to take the gold back from Boyce LeGrade. And where it goes from there, John, nobody knows.
Well, I like the fact that you mentioned people he lifts with. How about the people that he lifts? You and I saw the video. He didn't have weights one day at the gym. Hey, guess what? I'm going to gut wrench lift my own lifting partner. But there you see the Dynamite Division Champion who has held the title for 619 days and counting. Boyce LeGrade, the bad boy, being accompanied by Lucian Delight. And this building has come unglued at the sight of the bad boy.
The bad boy, Boyce LeGrade, live streaming on his own account here, John.
Well, and Kevin Gill, I'd like to point out that, well, what's up, folks? How's it going?
Come on, you gotta speak.
Because we say the truth? That's why you're gonna slap us? You're gonna point out the fact that he's a steel cage match, right?
He has a steel cage match, John. You know what? I'll take, if it's gonna go down, I'll handle Lucian Delight, John. If you want to take on Boyce LeGrade.
Of course, you stick me with Boyce.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You guys have that. You both came out of APW together. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how to fight. For me and Lucian Delight, I feel we have a similar skill set, and I believe I'm ready to tangle with him, John. But the thing is, thank God, no one tuned in to see your boy KG fight tonight. I am here to talk about the fighting, to describe the action, John, to give you inside wisdom and all that on the commentary tip. And man, the big fight feeling here is amazing. The smoke, the lights, the music. Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, the fourth golden rule, making history. October 1st, 2016 is the date that will go down in history, John.
Well, Boyce LeGrade, as I mentioned, has held the Dynamite Division title for 619 days, and tonight he looks to extend it to 620. He's the longest reigning Dynamite Division champion in history. However, Kratos has made it his mission to become the first ever Triple Crown champion. That's right, he has held the tag team titles with his former partner Idris Jackson. He is a former Gold Rush heavyweight champion, and tonight he looks to claim the one title that has eluded him, especially because it has been around the waist of Boyce LeGrade for the last 619 days. That is the Dynamite Division Championship.
619 days of championship styling and profiling, but Boyce LeGrade has gotten, similar to Mike from Stockton Con, he's gotten a hugely inflated head. The adding of Lucian Delight to his team, they've both gotten swollen heads over it, John. But again, when you get results like these two men have been getting, it's hard to, one, argue with their formula, it's hard to argue with the results, and it's hard to argue with the fact that they're a little bit arrogant about it, John, because you know what? Boyce LeGrade and Lucian Delight are both that damn good. But you know what? JR Kratos is a positive-minded monster, John. A positive-minded monster that's going to destroy Boyce LeGrade tonight. In my personal opinion, John Roberts. That's just me.
Well, the stage has been set as a big fight feel. It's been a big fight night. It's time for our huge main event as LeGrade is set to defend as he stands high up top what he calls his kingdom here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, as LeGrade defends the Dynamite title against JR Kratos. Let's send it into the ring for the official introductions for our main event.
Let's throw it on down to ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a steel cage match for the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Dynamite Championship. Introducing to my right, the challenger. From Pacifica, California, weighing in at 287 pounds, he is the king of the gold mine, King Kratos! And his opponent, standing to my right. I told you once, only I, Lucian D. Live, gets to introduce Champ. Now then, if you guys could shut up and pay attention while the longest reigning Dynamite Division Champion in history at 619 days and counting, and counting, and counting, from Vallejo, California, weighing 215 pounds, the bad boy, Boyce LeGrade.
And the bells sound, and the matchup is officially underway. LeGrade set for the ride here. Kratos, big clothesline there. And now LeGrade immediately going for the escape. There are no pinfalls or submissions in this match. It's escape only.
Contrary to the previous match, John, which was a pinfalls only match. Pinfalls or submissions.
Yes.
This one's escape, John.
Oh, and Kratos going to work on Boyce LeGrade.
Boyce LeGrade, John, as you know, wants to turn this 619 days into 620. But when you're getting your head rocked off the turnbuckle, John, it's not easy to see the future.
Well, LeGrade is 111 days away from a 2-year reign as the Dynamite Division Champion. But he's got his work cut out for him tonight against Kratos with a big chop there to the pec muscle of JR Kratos. KG, I gotta ask you, what's it gonna take for the King of the Gold Mine to walk out the Dynamite Division Champion tonight?
For the King of the Gold Mine, John, it's gonna take having eyes in the back of his head. He's got Lucian Delight at ringside, and he's got the devious Boyce LeGrade in the ring. Oh my God, John. You can see that too. Sometimes you'll make contact with the cage when you don't even expect it. You're just getting thrown into the ropes, and suddenly there's that impact, John. That's how dangerous this match is.
And now Kratos looks like he's going to try and escape here early as he can. Kratos going up to the top, but there's the bad boy to cut him off at the pass.
LeGrade almost looks like he almost punched him low there, John. There's also no referee inside this ring or inside this cage, as you'll notice. Oh! Man, almost 300 pounds.
That was a modified super hip toss.
Yeah, almost 300 pounds of Pacifica pure grade beef in the form of King JR Kratos.
And now Kratos stumbling around, trying to find his bearings, but there's Boyce LeGrade right on top of him with that is that a fish hook?
He looks like he might be fish hooking. Looks like he was fish hooking in the nose there, John. It's hard to even tell. Boyce LeGrade so intent on keeping this belt, John. So much of his psyche, so much of his life is about the reign, the championship, and the scheming and carrying on to keep it. But Kratos returns fire with a kick to the face, size 13 on the chin. Boyce LeGrade might be out.
Now Kratos
hasn't moved, John.
Kratos has moved. LeGrade hasn't
I'm
moved.
talking about LeGrade, John, the man who just got kicked.
Deciding to try and escape again here might be the wise idea, but LeGrade going up after him as both men up in the high rent district, high atop.
LeGrade takes the ride all the way down, John.
And now Kratos going to try and escape again, but LeGrade pulling on the trunks.
What a dangerous match, John. The escaping only makes it more dangerous.
Oh! And Boyce LeGrade pulling on Kratos, hauls him all the way down, and now throwing some knees into the gut for good measure.
J.R. Kratos feeling a little bit winded now, John. This is the danger. You can't take a break. You can't powder out, as the boys say in the back. And next thing you know, wow, Kratos blocks it, John. The power of Kratos, that upper arm strength, clearly superior to Boyce LeGrade. LeGrade, though, not able to stop the impact. Head first into that cage, John.
Boyce's face meets the cold steel, and now J.R. Kratos sensing that it might be a good opportunity to throw some more damage into the champion.
Cameraman almost got crushed there, John. I don't know if the cameramen get hazard pay for tonight, but I sure hope they do. J.R. Kratos, a man on a mission to retain that gold of the Dynamite Division and put it back on his mantle. Oh. But again, LeGrade does not want to give this up, John. It means more to him than anything, straight up.
That's right, he wants that day 620 desperately, and he's going to do anything it takes to win it as LeGrade drops a big forearm into the chest of J.R. Kratos.
Now is he calling for challenges out of the audience here, John?
That's sure what it looked like as Kratos receives another blow from the champion. Our camera right there to catch all of it for you inside the cage as Kratos now being choked up against the steel.
Boyce LeGrade just standing on the throat of Kratos, and no matter how strong Kratos is, no matter how powerful Kratos is, when a grown man has his foot on your throat, John, his boot on your throat. Wow, Boyce LeGrade taking the very smart way out, John. Right out the door, but Kratos.
And you see Lucian trying to help pull LeGrade out, but Kratos, as you were alluding to, trying to pull him back in. Wait a minute.
Kratos
Lucian
trying to go for one of those looks like one of those dead weight suplexes, John, trying to just hark him up there.
Well, you could almost say LeGrade was probably trying to go boneless on him and just be complete dead weight to make it harder. Oh! And a nice vertical suplex there from Kratos right in the center of the ring.
5 minutes has elapsed in this championship contest. 5 minutes has elapsed in this championship contest.
And now Kratos lifting up LeGrade, but Boyce starting to fight back, throwing some rights and lefts. Irish whip to Kratos. Kratos ducks the clothesline. Oh, and a big boot right into the face. And now Kratos starting to fire up a little bit.
J.R. Kratos has got to capitalize, John. It's got to create these little openings and then just capitalize, follow through, open the door, brother, and emerge through on the other side like a shining light.
Oh. Big fist shot as Kratos continues to fire up that right hand.
Kratos now getting a full head of steam, John, the big man.
And Kratos into the ropes hard again. Oh, and a big clothesline using the cage as a weapon. J.R. Kratos.
Oh!
And a big Superman punch for extra measure into Boyce LeGrade.
J.R. Kratos. This is when you don't want to be locked in a cage with them, John. This is why.
And Kratos continues to fire himself up here.
He may have it right where he wants it, John, but so many people have thought it before. We've seen so many people go head-to-head with LeGrade. Wait a minute. Oh, damn.
As Kratos continues to fire up that right hand to dish out punishment. Here he goes again with a head full of steam.
Oh, no, John, he caught that knee right to the face, John. That could put your lights right out. And it looks like his shoulder went into the cage as well. and it's creating an opening here for LeGrade to get up high on that top rope. John, here comes LeGrade with the drop kick.
Springboarding in and dropping Kratos hard. And now LeGrade going for a cover, but there's no pinfalls in this matchup, and I think Boyce forgot.
This shows you, John, this match is not just hard on you physically, it's hard on you mentally. You're in there, you forget where you are, John. You forget some of those rules because you're getting knocked silly. You try remembering something after that kind of a beating.
And now Boyce is pissed, and you're seeing him take it out on the forehead of JR Kratos. LeGrade now going for the door. Maybe going to try and escape again.
He's not going for the door, John. He's climbing up high again to that top rope, or possibly even to the very top of the cage. A questionable. Well, look at.
Oh, wait a minute, Kratos. Oh, with a jumping, leaping knee.
Can you believe the agility of JR Kratos? For 300 pounds, he flies like a cruiser, John. Flies like a cruiser, I said, John Roberts.
Kratos now up to the second rope. Wait a minute.
Oh, my God.
Suplex to Boyce LeGrade. You know, KG, we mentioned earlier how JR Kratos, when there's no weights available in the weight room, uses a human to
easy
gut
for you
wrench
to say. Not Newman from Seinfeld, but a human being.
To gut wrench around as deadlifts. It's insane.
But wait a minute.
Oh, Lucian Delight slams the cage door shut.
Lucian Delight again getting involved in this match, John. It becomes a numbers game. You know, how many people does JR Kratos have to defeat to become Dynamite Division Champion?
Wait a minute. Lucian. Wait, he's got a lock in his hand.
Is he locking the cage?
Yeah, Lucian Delight locking the steel cage shut. Are you kidding me right now?
Well, it's a questionable strategy, John, because someone has to exit the cage to win, or it just takes the door component away. But I didn't think Boyce LeGrade was that comfortable with heights, John.
Well, as Lucian struggles with that lock, LeGrade continues to go to work on JR Kratos. Kratos in trouble here as Boyce LeGrade deadlifting JR up. And now throwing some knees into the chest of the challenger.
A little bit north or south of the chest, I should say, John. I feel he's getting him a little bit more in that midsection. And just again, this is where the cardio game. Boyce LeGrade's carrying a lot less weight on his frame than Kratos is. And Boyce LeGrade is slowly chopping the big oak tree that is King JR Kratos. He's slowly chopping him down to the ground, John. You can see the cardio of JR Kratos is being affected. You can see that JR Kratos is in pain. And right now, Boyce LeGrade is in control.
Well, Lucian Delight finally gets that lock onto the cage door. So now these two, you were calling for a lock earlier. Now you finally have it.
Well,
these two are locked in like caged animals inside of that steel cage.
100%, John. I wish, like I said, I wish it was there earlier and not now, because this is going to put a very dangerous exclamation point on this match here.
And now Boyce LeGrade not taking kindly to the fact that these fans are telling him that he sucks. As Boyce.
10 minutes has elapsed.
What did Boyce just get handed?
What is that, John?
Has elapsed in this championship
flash gun?
contest.
What is that? Oh, it's the key to the lock.
What?
Or is it? No, it's not.
About,
No. It's a razor. It's a razor. Boyce LeGrade's trying to expose that turnbuckle loop.
Oh my God. Trying to cut off that protective pad, John, revealing that giant steel bolt that resides underneath it. But Kratos able to use his own body as a weapon. But man, that turnbuckle is now dangling dangerously, John, and that steel is beneath
But
it.
wait a minute. I think Boyce is going to wind up getting a taste of his own medicine. Maybe not.
No. Oh God, John, all those impacts on the back on that steel buckle.
And here we go again.
Oh no.
Big clothesline in the corner. And now Boyce, with a big boot up into the forehead of Kratos.
That's what a veteran Boyce LeGrade is, John. Damn, it looked like he might have missed grabbing JR by the hand to Irish whip him. He said, no matter, I'll just kick you in the face as hard as I can, full force, and then quickly transition back to that Irish whip. That is the mark of a champion, and like it or not, that is the mark of a man who's quite possibly on his way to victory tonight.
And today's
Boyce
620. That is the goal in mind for Lucian Delight and his client Boyce LeGrade here tonight. As LeGrade continues to dish out punishment to the challenger, JR Kratos.
Boyce LeGrade now, John, if you could see the look on his face, he's starting to get frustrated, but he's also starting to pull away at that tape around his wrist, John, and I have the feeling he's not doing this to increase his range of motion.
And now using that tape to choke out Kratos, who has felt his body wrecked with pain because of the affliction of this steel cage. And let's not forget, KG, that it was JR Kratos who asked for this match to occur inside of a steel cage.
Well, of course, King Kratos asked for it. He got it, John, because JR Kratos, King Kratos, not afraid of any man, of any challenge. He'll put on a super Herculean effort to make it all happen, John. All because of how the people believe in him, John. All because of his passion, his integrity, his honor. Boyce LeGrade has none of that stuff, John. Absolutely none of it. But what Boyce LeGrade is, love him or not, John, he's a world-class competitor. And this is a battle between two of the best in Gold Rush, John. Quite frankly, both these guys could be in the world title picture.
And LeGrade, wait a minute! Oh my God! Boyce LeGrade just went forehead first right into that steel turnbuckle.
Unbelievable, John. That could end your career. That could concuss you. We haven't seen Boyce LeGrade even stir since that happened, and you can see Lucian Delight there.
And LeGrade, he's struggling right now to get his wits. And Kratos.
Oh no, John.
Has Boyce LeGrade been busted
Boyce
open?
LeGrade looks like he was bloodied by that final cage shot, John. Looks like he's bleeding from two areas on his head. Oh no.
Big clothesline. As
what the hell? Lucian Delight's climbing the cage, John.
What is going on here? First LeGrade and Lucian locked the cage shut. And now Lucian's trying to get involved. Kratos.
Boyce LeGrade bloodied, dazed, battered, and bruised, John. And he's about to be contused and confused.
And I'm pretty sure that this is what Kratos had in mind. Michinoku driver, they're connecting as Kratos, he's firing up now, KG.
He's firing up, but now, John, it looks like it's about that time. He's about to dust it off, brother.
Big slap into the head, Kratos.
Oh!
Huge splash. And if there were pins in this matchup, Kratos would be winning it after dusting off the head of the bloodied head of Boyce LeGrade.
The blood of Boyce LeGrade leaking out of his head, John, at a very accelerated rate. Blood pooling on the canvas. Blood splattering all over the body of JR Kratos. These guys are putting it all on the line, John. The very life force of Boyce LeGrade is leaking out of his body, John, at an alarming rate. And right in front of our vantage point now, JR Kratos attempting that climb one more time, John. Kratos, again, just up there, John, but he's not trying to escape. He's trying to do more offense.
Oh, and a low blow there from a bloodied Dynamite Division champion who's bleeding a Crimson Mat. As Crimson Mat is his Dynamite belt.
And now, a bloodied Boyce LeGrade looks up to that cage, John.
And with evil intentions on his mind, because he's trying to pull down one of the straps, KG.
What the hell is he doing?
He's trying to pull down that strap with his steel buckle.
In this championship contest.
Well, that's holding the cage up, John, at least on that side. What the hell is going on here?
I'm pretty sure that Boyce LeGrade wants to use that steel buckle to inflict the same kind of damage on the JR Kratos that was inflicted upon himself.
But John, I think he's created a serious danger here because in addition to introducing this dangerous weapon into the match, I believe he's weakened the structural integrity of this side of the steel cage, John.
And LeGrade.
LeGrade now way up high, John. And again, now he's going to take that second belt. Again, you could use that to choke, John. You could use that buckle on it to bloody your opponent. This is just visceral warfare, John.
And Kratos trying to go up to meet LeGrade, but Boyce trying to fight his way back. The champion, big back elbow. And a second one. And a third one.
Oh, the third one caught him flush too, John.
Knocks the challenger down, and now the champion to the top rope. Looking to fly with a big elbow.
Wow. Boyce LeGrade, John, if he could capitalize on that elbow, he could be heading on to day 620. But again, there's no pins here, despite the blood loss, John. There are no pins, there are no submissions. He's got to escape, but he's wasting valuable time.
And now Boyce gonna try and get his way out of the ring. He's already got one leg.
Wow, he's halfway home,
over
John.
the cage. And it looks like he's having second thoughts, KG.
No.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? LeGrade to the top of the cage. Boyce throwing caution to the wind.
Are you kidding me, John? Risking his life?
Boyce LeGrade gonna fly. Big elbow connecting.
Oh my God, John. He might have broken the ribs of King Kratos. How's he gonna get up from that?
KG, I don't know how either man is going to get up after that. Kratos has got to have his chest been impaled. Meanwhile, Boyce might have shattered his elbow coming down from such a height.
Torn his arm right out of his socket, John. You could see the torque and the violent reaction of their bodies once those bodies clash, John. You've got the bloody face of Boyce LeGrade staring frantically, and look at that. They're able to fit a wooden table, John, under that bottom of the steel cage. For JR Kratos' sake, John, I hope it's not a Japanese table.
You mean you hope it doesn't get lit on fire, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just hope it's not one of those indestructible Japanese tables that could end JR Kratos' career rather than break.
Well,
because as we all know, John, at the end of it, then they say, I am the table.
Kratos is in trouble here. He's getting his head sandwiched between the table and the ring, so there won't be any give to it.
Oh man, John, he can pop his head like a pimple here. I don't want to see that.
But Kratos able to get the wherewithal to get to his feet and go after LeGrade.
Kratos now, look how smart he is, man, using the ring like a weapon, using it like a staging area. He's got LeGrade crouched on that top rope. He may be dazed himself, John, but he's going to take a moment here to set up some plunder.
And now Kratos. What do you think? What do you thinking? Maybe he's going to do a Michinoku driver or a power bomb, or what are you thinking Kratos has on his mind right now?
From that position, John, I mean, it could be anything. I'm thinking possibly a superplex. It could be a choke slam. Look, here we go, John. This is the moment. This is 619 days of cheating. Wow.
A vicious low blow echoes throughout the building here.
Very rare to see JR Kratos dabble on that side of the rules, John, but he's willing to do what he has to do to even the stakes here. But Boyce LeGrade is holding on to the top of that cage to prevent from being powered.
Oh, but he wasn't able to hold it off. Boyce LeGrade laid to waste.
But now King Kratos has either got to climb that cage, John, or somehow unlock that door to get the hell out of here and get the gold. Come on, King Kratos.
Well, Lucian Delight ran to the back. I'm not sure where he's gone. Maybe he's afraid that this is it. Oh, wait a minute.
Classic connection.
Pull. LeGrade went and got the classic connection. We're coming out with steel chairs. You see me, Lucian Delight went and got the classic connection, the new tag team champions. Meanwhile, Boyce is continuing to suffer in the center of the ring and try and get his
listen, John,
back.
you say continue to suffer. Here's what's really happening in the middle of the ring. Boyce LeGrade is benefiting from this diversion to recuperate, John, to get his win. There's a lot of time passing. It is devastating and as violent as it was for Boyce LeGrade to go through that table. There's now an opening being created for Boyce LeGrade, John.
And now Kratos saying it's his time. Kratos gonna try and claim the Dynamite Division title here.
Wait a minute,
He's
John.
got him goozled.
He's got him goozled big, John.
And Kratos.
But LeGrade fights back.
LeGrade
just rocking his
firing
dome.
Up. Oh,
misses with the spinning heel kick, John.
And now Kratos lifted up. LeGrade. Kratos throwing.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! JR Kratos just cost himself the Dynamite Division title.
He threw LeGrade through to the floor. LeGrade's the winner. LeGrade's the winner somehow.
Boy, JR Kratos just cost himself the Dynamite Division title.
Not intentionally, John.
And still your Dynamite Division champion, Boyce LeGrade.
John, I've seen a lot of things in wrestling, John. This is insane.
Oh my God, I think Boyce
We have
LeGrade
an
might have
injury here.
dislocated his shoulder.
Boyce LeGrade is bloody. He's possibly concussed. He may have dislocated his shoulder, John. But with all that said, he's still going on to day 620 of his reign. I can't believe it. Get a camera shot of them.
Boyce LeGrade beaten and bloodied and destroyed, but somehow, some way, claims day 620.
The power of J.R. Kratos got used against them, but it wasn't like these guys planned for it, John. It just happened. Kratos, almost too strong for his own good, threw his opponent through the steel cage, John, and his nearly unconscious and broken body went ahead to win the match. This is unprecedented. This is unbelievable. This is Gold Rush Pro Wrestling.
Well, Boyce LeGrade continues his reign by hook or by crook as the Dynamite Division Champion. And now, Lucian Delight and Boyce LeGrade joined by the Classic Connection, the new tag team champions, all the gold with the Lucian Delight Boyce LeGrade Classic Connection team. And a new dynasty has been displayed here tonight at the fourth Golden Rule.
They hold the gold, John, like you said, but at what cost? Look at Boyce LeGrade right now. He's victorious, John, but he does not look like a winner.
We don't know what the future will hold for Boyce LeGrade, aside from continuing to day 620 as the Dynamite Division Champion. Well, for Kevin Gill, I'm John Roberts. Thank you for joining us for the fourth Golden Rule.
Dynamite Division Champion.
I think Lucian Delight's going to take us off the air here.
Boy,
Keep that PMA, John.
LeGrade.